Welcome to the MyPTS Time 2 tutorial for entering billing into the system for students on your caseload with an on-caseload status. Please note that at the time this tutorial is being recorded, PTS is proud to be in the middle of an upgrade to our billing system. We are adding a new interface page which will allow your billing experience for entering billing and adding students to be much quicker and user-friendly. During and until this upgrade is over, you will see beta timesheets and beta add new student added to the toolbar of the home page in the billing system. Once the upgrade is complete, you will no longer see those two tabs and will only see timesheets and caseloads, unless you are using a mobile device, in which case you may see an Add New Student tab in addition to the Caseloads tab. Please note that if you are using a mobile device, you will not be able to click Review and Submit from your mobile device. Also remember, for as long as you log in and see beta timesheets, please use the beta timesheet to enter all of your billing. Once you logged into the MyPTS Time 2 billing system to enter your billing for students on your caseload with the status of on caseload, you will click Timesheets. If you have not already started a timesheet, you will click Add New Timesheet. If you have already started a timesheet, you will see the links for the weeks within the month in which you want to add billing. You will also see the Review and Submit button, which you can view your timesheet in one view and or submit your timesheet once all of your billing for the month has been entered. Again, if you are using a mobile device, you will not see this Review and Submit option. The other thing from this page is you can use these arrows to go back and forth between the months on your timesheet. If you are assigned to more than one district in the billing system to enter billing, you will see all of the districts listed here. You will need to click the Add New Timesheet button for each district you are entering billing for. The other thing you can see from this page is how much time you've already entered, as well as the status for any districts that may or may not be submitted. We're going to enter billing for the week of July 22nd. Once the page loads, you can make sure you're in the district you want to be in. You have the option to click Return to Timesheets, which will take you back to the page we just left. You can use these arrows to go back and forth between the weeks within the month you are entering billing for. You will see the days of the week as well as the dates, the target time, which is the amount of time you're allowed to bill up to per day, the total time, which is the actual time you've entered. Should any of these turn red, it means you have exceeded the target time. Please keep in mind that although the target hours may be, for example, 7.5 hours, we bill in real time, so if you've only worked 5 hours that day, you will only enter 5 hours of billing. You will have the option to enter non-student time to the district from this page by clicking on District Time. We are going to be going over entering billing for students on your caseload with the status of on caseload, and we're going to begin from clicking on the school from the list of schools here. You will see all of the schools associated with your district. The first example we're going to do is group billing, and we're going to use Forget Middle School for this example. We're going to do group billing, which you can enter group billing by clicking on the group time, the 0 on the line with group time. Once you click that, you will see that you are doing group time for Forget Middle School on July 22nd. You will see an area where you can enter a note if you have one pertaining to the group, as well as where you will enter the minutes. The other thing that you see is all of the list of the students at Forget who have an on caseload status on your caseload and who can be entered into the group. Once you click on the names of the students, this will change to accommodate the number of students you've selected. So we did a group of 30 minutes, and in that group, we had a student, Julian, Ava, and John. We can see we have 3 group size of 3, and we're going to click OK. Once you click OK, Under group time, you will see that you've entered a group of Julian, Ava, and John. The session was 30 minutes. You will notice next to each student, the system has divided the 30 minutes up amongst the 3 students in that group, and so you see 30 minutes and in parentheses 10 minutes. This is because PTS prides itself on saving the district's funding by giving you credit for 30 minutes each for the 3 students in the group, but only billing the district for one 30-minute session. Oftentimes there is indirect billing that needs to be entered for these students that we're seeing in the group. And to enter that billing, you would simply, under the student's name, click on the 10, which is already entered for the group billing. This box will pop up with the student's name and the date, which is nice because, again, it ensures that you're billing the correct student. And we need to enter indirect time. To enter the indirect billing, we will click on indirect. We had a total of 9 minutes for the group total, but we're going to divide that 9 minutes up by the 3 students and give them 3 minutes each of direct billing. And click OK. You will notice that the system did not make me enter a note for that student in direct time, and that is because indirect billing that is less than 5 minutes requires a note. In other words, anytime you enter 5 minutes or more for indirect billing, the system will not let you leave the page without adding a note. I'm also going to go down to the next student. I'm going to add the indirect time of 3 minutes and hit OK. And my last student for that group, indirect, 3 minutes and hit OK. And now my group billing as well as the indirect time for that group is entered. The next thing that I need to do for this week, I'm clicking on the school collapses all of that information but continues to show you the amount of time that you have entered. Next, I'm going to go to Glen Acres Elementary School because I have a student who I need to enter direct and indirect billing for. Please keep in mind that direct billing is for students who have a status of on caseload because they are receiving treatment and services for your discipline that is listed on the service page of their IEP. At Glen Acres, I'm going to be adding billing for my student, fake student. And the first thing I need to do is add the treatment time, which goes under direct. Once I click the box, again, I can see on 7/22 for this student, I'm adding my direct treatment. And I'm going to click cancel because I wanted to see fake student on Monday, but he was absent. So I'm going to click absent. At A shows me that the student was absent. Had I clicked unavailable, if I click on a U would show here in this spot. So the student was absent on Monday and I saw them on Tuesday instead. I'm going to enter my direct treatment, which is 30 minutes. And my indirect time, I'm going to enter by clicking on the time on the line with the student's name. If you click on the time that shows the treatment billing you've already entered, it will just either let you edit the time already entered or click delete to cancel the entry altogether. So we want to add indirect billing. We're going to click on the line with the student's name, indirect time, 5 minutes, and a good note to indicate my indirect billing was simply for my prep for session. And I just want to make sure I spell it correctly. And click OK. Hovering over the time entered will show you the note entered. And now I have my direct as well as indirect time entered for my student. Again, clicking the school collapses the time already entered, but shows me what I have entered. The last thing we're going to do as an example for this week is we're going to go to East Bradford Elementary School. And we have a student there by the name of Johnny Rotten. And on Thursday, we attended an IEP meeting for Johnny Rotten. All billing regarding reevaluations is billing for testing, the write-up, the goal development, IEP write-up, the IEP meeting for a student that is already on caseload. And so all billing pertaining to the IEP or reeval goes in this category. Generally, the amount of time for reevaluations is 45 to 120 minutes average. The IEP we were at was 70 minutes, and I want to put in my note, IEP meeting. If I hover over 70 minutes, again, I can see IEP meeting. I do not have any more billing for this week. I've entered my group time. I've entered the direct and indirect billing. I had a student that was absent, but I have billing that I want to enter for the next week. Clicking on this arrow takes me to the next week. And back at Fugate, I have group billing that I want to enter. And this is for the group with Nathan. And this group took place on Wednesday. Notice I can click on the student's name that's in the group to start my group billing, or I could have clicked on 0 on the line with group time. Clicking on the time with the student's name just starts the group, already includes the student that was on the line you clicked, and allows you to add the additional students in that group, which was John Marion. And I'm going to make a note here that Jeremiah Bullfrog was absent for group. So I'm going to enter my 30 minutes for my group of 2 and click OK. The first thing I want to do so that I don't forget is I need to mark Jeremiah absent. I'm going to go to Wednesday under Jeremiah and I'm going to click absent. I see my A that he was absent. But now I need to go back and I can see the 15 minutes for the 2, because again, the system gives me credit of 30 minutes each for each student, but we only bill the system for one 30-minute session. And so for Nathan, I need to add my indirect billing, which we're going to say was 5 minutes. And you'll see that this is red, and that indicates that I need to add a note. And I had a phone call where I'm going to say left voicemail for parent to call regarding session today and prep for a session. Okay, and I'm going to click OK. And the next person in the group was John, which I'm going to click on the line with his name. Remember, if I click on this, it's just going to open up what I've already entered. And under indirect, I'm only going to put 3 minutes because that was just for prep for session. And I'm going to click OK. I'm going to close the school because I don't have any more billing for Fugate. The only other billing I want to enter for this week is I need to enter consult billing for my student, Fake Student. And Fake Student attends Glen Acres Elementary School. And on Monday of this week, I had consult, which she has on the service page of the IEP. It was a 15-minute consult. Consult her service page of IE with teachers. and click OK. And I can see my 15 minutes there for my consult. I was supposed to see fake student on Tuesday, but he was unavailable due to class trip. Click OK. And on Friday, I was working on my progress notes, which go under indirect billing. My progress notes in general should be 5 to 20 minutes per student, and it goes under indirect billing. And this progress note took me 12 minutes. My note would simply say progress note and click OK. And I do not have any more billing for this week. If I am finished my billing for the month, I can click return to timesheet, review and submit. And what the system will bring up is the entire timesheet for me to view in one view. Please note that anytime you have students here, it means that those are students you are primary for but did not enter billing for in that particular month. And this is the system's way of checking to make sure, one, that you did not skip anybody, and two, a reminder to clean up your caseload. The cleaner your caseload is, the less likely you are to have so many students on this page. What you have to do in order to be able to click this submit timesheet is you want to account for all of these students by clicking is still on caseload. What we ask is that you click still on caseload for all of the students here and make note of any students that you need to go to caseload for and change their status to discharge from their student detail page. Once you've clicked all of these students as still on caseload, if you go below, scroll below, you can see all of the billing that you have entered, the group billing, the indirect billing. You can see the direct billing, you can see the re-eval time, you can see the consult time, all of the notes that we have entered, the students that we've marked absent, the students that we've marked unavailable. And my timesheet is looking exactly the way it should. I've selected all the students here, and this would no longer be gray, where I can now submit my timesheet. Once you are finished, you can either go back to timesheet and select another district. If you're entering billing for more than one district, you can click home, or you can simply log out. I would like to thank you for your time in viewing this MyPTS Time 2 tutorial. Please remember, if you have any questions, feel free to contact Teresa Lyons Smith via email at theresa@pts-inc.net or via phone call 610-941-7790. Thank you.